The dipper's back. Just one, but that's all we need right now. This is awesome. Welcome to a beautiful morning down here in Devon. So today I'm trying something a little bit different, and that's filming my first YouTube video. I've kind of always wanted to show you guys what I get up to when I'm out in the field and how I achieve some of my wildlife images, and I thought, hey, it's about time I make my first YouTube video and try and show you guys how I do that. So I've come down to my local river here in Devon, where today I'm hoping to photograph the UK's only aquatic songbird, the dipper. For any of you guys that follow me already, you'll know I absolutely love these birds. People say it's an obsession. I just think they're awesome. I've spent many of my mornings and afternoons lying on the riverbank photographing these guys, and I really want to share some of that experience with you. And I've got a good feeling about it. It's a gorgeous morning today. The conditions look perfect. We've got the sun just coming up now, breaking through the valley. We've got some mist just clearing in the woodland, and the water levels of the river are perfect. So what I've got to do, I've got about a 2-mile walk through and out of this woodland, down to the river where I normally photograph the dippers. So once I get down onto the riverbank, I will explain to you what it is that I'm looking for when I'm out in the field, and how I go about finding dippers. So I'll see you all shortly. Okay, so I'm now down on the riverbank, and I said to you guys I would talk you through how I go about finding dippers, so let's do that. I don't want to make out like they're the most challenging bird to find, particularly down here in Devon. We've got quite a good population of them, so you don't really have to go far to catch a glimpse of them. That said, they can be quite challenging to photograph, so just got distracted because a kingfisher has just landed right in front of me, and I don't, if you can see this is going to be amazing. So on that tree there, you're not going to be able to see it. That is so disappointing. So on that tree there, the kingfisher has just perched, and it's just flown off. That's frustrating, but really cool to see. So yeah, as I was saying, you don't have to go far to catch a you know, a glimpse of a dipper, certainly not down here in Devon, but trying to photograph them can be very challenging. They're small birds, they move around a lot, hence the name, and they spook quite easily in my experience. So, in terms of finding them in the first place, you know, how I went about it was, well, probably completely the wrong way. I used to just walk up and down the river hoping I'd see one, and I spent, I don't know, almost 18 months doing that before I started to really understand what they sounded like. So if you can understand what they sound like, you're more likely to hear them before you'll see them. The second thing I look out for is fast flowing water. It doesn't have to be too fast, but as long as you've got some moving water like this, the dippers tend to love that. It really helps them when it comes to feeding. And the third thing is exposed rocks or boulders covered in bird mess. If you can find some, and I've got some here, if you can find some rocks that are around the fast flowing water that have some white bird mess on, the chances are, if you sit and wait and you're patient, you're going to see a dipper. So that's kind of what's helped me, and that's what I've been looking for this morning. So now it's just about waiting. So I'm going to sit and I'm going to wait it out and see if we can see one. After everything I just said about that looking like the ideal spot to find dippers, I waited a couple of hours almost and nothing showed. So, well, there's a couple of wagtails and I did see a glimpse of a kingfisher, but that didn't stop, it just flew past, but that's still cool to see. So what I'm going to do is make my way a bit further down the stream now and try a new spot and see if any dippers turn up there. So yeah, that's the way it goes with wildlife photography. You don't always find what you're looking for in the first place you look, but I'm still pretty confident that before the day's out, we'll find a dipper. So let's keep trying. I've come down river now and I've set up in a new location. Things are looking great already. I saw two dippers flying down this way and they were jumping around on the rocks in front of me, or dipping around I should say, collecting nesting material, which is awesome. So what I've done is I've made my way down slowly and I'm just crouched down behind a few rocks in front of me and I'm waiting to see if they return. I'm pretty sure they will. But I don't know. We've still got about 4 hours of light left, so we've got enough time. But yeah, I'm pretty excited right now. Okay, the dipper's back. Just one, but that's all we need right now. This is awesome. So it's just flown back, landed on exactly the same rock, and it's gathering some nesting material, just dipping away. I'm going to try and get a little bit closer without pushing my luck. So when it's dipping and underwater, I just move slightly closer, just because with the 500 on the full frame, I'm just a little bit further away than I'd like. But yeah, it's so cool that it's back. I hope you can see me okay. The sun's coming from behind me and it's quite bright, quite a harsh light. But fortunately, where it's landing, the dipper, it's in the shade, so it doesn't really affect the images too much, but it might affect this video. So apologies if you can't see me too well. But yeah, the dipper's back. I'm going to see if I can pan this around to show you the back of the camera. So this is awesome. Sorry about this. There it is. Okay, so I hope you can hear me okay. I've ditched the tripods. It was just, yeah, I wanted to get a bit lower for images, and with the tripod for the video camera, it was all just too bulky. I'm now lying in the river. It's pretty cold because we're, you know, in mid-February, but the dip is back, and by getting lower, I'm able to get some nicer images too. So yeah, definitely worth getting cold for. Sorry about the grass in front of my face. It's the only place I could dump the camera. This is what it's all about. When I set off this morning, I was a bit nervous, and then in the back of my head I was always thinking, well, I could film the video, and if the dippers don't show up, hey, I don't have to post it. But it's such a bonus that they're playing ball, and I'm able to get quite close. Such a special bird. You know, people might think that they're common, or, you know, I've heard people say, oh, don't you get a bit bored of them? I could come out all day, every day, and still enjoy spending time with these birds. I think they're fascinating. Well, what a fantastic day that was. I was lucky enough to have not one, but two dippers in front of me for the best part of 3 hours. It's just incredible. Basically what they were doing was they were flying down the river, and they were landing on the same boulders almost every time, gathering a load of nesting material and just going back up the river to where they're obviously building a nest somewhere, which is great. But as a result, every time they flew up the river, I was able to get a little bit closer. But the best feeling really is when you're out in the field and your subject's in front of you and they're completely unfazed by your presence. To me, that's the most rewarding feeling, you know, when you get to witness them displaying their natural behaviour, and you know that you being there isn't stressing them out in any way. I absolutely love. In fact, I don't even think they knew I was there. I was lying down in the water, so I'm pretty cold now, behind the camera and lens, so they definitely wouldn't have been able to see my face. But yeah, what a great way to spend the day. So I'm so glad that we managed to see some, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm going to be doing more of these, absolutely. So the next one's going to be on roe deer, and then I've got a couple of planned trips, one of which is to go see some otters, and then after that puffins. So definitely consider subscribing for more content like this, And yeah, I appreciate the support. I'll see you all on the next one.